Yes, very much fine.
Okay. Yeah. So, this is SAP CAR, means already customer activity repository. This is not a it is a system. It's not a module. People are not aware of it. It is a system. This system, like how we have ECC or S4 system, this is also one system which is uh, majorly, we can also call it as kind of a middleware. This is majorly used in retail business. If a retail is any kind of retail business, they can be like food, grocery, CPG, or fashion, any kind of retail business, they can use this car system. So car is having different applications. It can be any of these applications can be used by the retailers. So starting with POS DTA, which we have, POS data transfer and audit, which like I'll directly take you to the architecture. This and all. I will also show this. I'm just trying to take you to direct POS DTA architecture so that you may know. This is the common architecture in any client, in any customer they have, which uh, S4 retail interacting with SAP car, and SAP car will be interacting with POS, any kind of POS. It can be GK POS, Putra POS, or any other POS which that customer has, which that retailer has. So this is the normal architecture, simple, which I'm showing, but in real time there will be many other systems, there will be many other interfaces. In our course, how I am planning is we have this. I will give you the topics list also. We have this many major topics. First is POS DTA, then we have UDF, DDF, then we have OAA, OPP, then we have some application bundles like AMR, APR, MPR, like this. There are many components, there are many applications in car system, but we will be learning which is mostly used in the business, and which is mostly asked in the interviews. That will be checking that in the system in detail, deep dive. We will check and we will see the configs, input, output of it. All this we can learn. So here, if 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 you, I'm just giving you on a high level all the topics, all the applications, whatsoever is available in car. If you are keen or if you are interested to know about any topic, please you can raise it. Then we can discuss more on it. Hmm? So here, if you check, earlier there were ECC. You may be also worked on ECC. Now you may be working on S4 retail. Same that has been updated as S4 HANA retail, S4 HANA fashion, any of the system. Earlier, we had this POS DM, which is a part of BIBW system that now SAP has taken it, and the SAP has built it as a system. It's SAP CAR is a system which has this POS DTA, UDF, DDF, which I told, and CAR applications, CAR apps, AMR, APR, like this all we have. So first, coming to POS DTA, this you can see I have made it as I have highlighted here. Step 1, west out. Then you have step 2, inbound into car. Step 3, processing the data. This is the flow. So first from S4, like in S4 system, we are creating master data and transactions also will be happening. Transactional data also will be storing. But this master data which we create, whatsoever the master data, it can be customer, material, article, store, assortment, pricing, all this master data, we have to send it to POS system. So that we'll be discussing here, because again, this is out of POS DTA, but I'll be also giving you how this is sent, what data is sent, just for your understanding. Then actual POS data starts from here. From POS system, once we send the sales data to POS system, they will do the sales at store. Then that sales data will be sent to car system through any any middleware. It can be XFBA, it can be Tico, or it can be any other middleware. We are receiving that different kind of transaction, whatever happens in store, that will be receiving into car system. Okay, earlier also it's the same. Whatever the transaction happens in even the transactions like sales transactions, financial transactions, inventory movements like goods issue, goods receipts, or control transactions. I'll explain you what all these kind of transactions, whatsoever happens in store or even in online sales. So that data will be coming into car system, and we have in car something called POS DTA, point of sale data transfer and audit. So there it will store, so that on top of this we will be doing some audit on top of this data what we receive, the sales receipts, movements, financial transactions. On top of it we will do the audit. Then only car system helps to make sure the data which we received is perfect, the transactions are in order, there is no any duplicates created, there is no any um, mul- uh, there is no any wrong data which has happened, the means of payments are perfectly maintained. All this it will do the audit. Then this you can see in the step 3, processing the data, checking the data will happen. In step 2, we'll receive it from POS to car. Inbound into car pipe will happen using the pipe. POS inbound processing engine will help to bring the data from POS into car. Let me know if
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. Hello?
Sorry, there is some uh, meeting connectivity issue. I don't know why.
At your say, I
Just
think it is at your end only, sir.
yes, yes, it's. I don't know. It is from my end, but my network is good. I don't have any issue with my network. I think it is due to this go to meeting. Maybe I don't know. I lost all the audio. Is it fine now? Are you able to hear
Now,
me now?
now it's very much fine. Now it's very much fine.
Okay, let's see if it. Now it is good for me. I can hear you. So in the step three, we will receive the data and we will check where the data which we received, the transactions which has happened in store is audited in this step. Then it is sent to different other systems. Here I have taken only S4, but in real time, if you check, this data is sent to BW, this data is sent to F&R, means I'm first telling SAP systems. Apart from this, it is sent to many other systems, like some KPI systems, some master data systems, some transaction data system in real time for reporting purpose. They'll send to other systems. So all this I maintained as outbound to other systems, including S4. So here you will be learning how it is sent to S4, how it is posted in S4. The fifth step will be inbound into S4. So how it is inbounded? When it is inbounded means it is posted in S4. What activities will happen? So here you will be learning POS DTA is the major topic in complete car system, which covers more than 40% of weightage of all the topics. Even it will take around, let's say, if we plan for 50, 60 hours of our sessions, then POS DTA will take 50% of it nearly. So here I'll be teaching you what configurations are required in terms of SAP CAR system in POS DTA. When it is comes to S4, what configurations are required relevant for POS DTA. We will also see this Expertsoft, which they provide. The server is CAR 5.0, which I'm already using for some other batches. It is superb. It is integrated. This S4 and SAP CAR is integrated, wherein we can see the in detail output when we send the IDOC, when we process the transaction which we receive from POS, that can be sent to S4 automatically, and we can also see the postings in S4 how it happens. Then here I have maintained point 0.6 outbound from S4 DDF. This is actually another topic, but I just have given here. So these are the six major topics which will fall under POS TTA. So this is DDF and SLT. This also you have to understand. So I just have maintained here. We'll be discussing in detail of these topics. This is one. Then this is just earlier, as I told, we had POS DM, POS data management, but it is same. This falls in this application was in BIBW system. Hope you know what is BIBW. So now, as I told, they have bring it as separate system. SAP has built a separate system, and named it as CAR. In that one component was DTA. Here I just have mentioned what is the difference. This we'll see in detail again. Then we have this. I was telling you in POS DTA what kind of transactions, what kind of data we'll be receiving from a POS store POS system. So majorly, if you check, one is sales transactions. These all are the activities. You can call it as these all are the activities or sales activities or financial transactions which happens in a store. In a store, when they do sales to normal customer or a regular customer, when they do a sales, they will take the means of payment, that information. Then if they do sales to an employee or if any return happens, under sales, there are many different kind of sales. Sales to employee, promotion sales, or free goods, giving free goods. All these fall under sales only. Any discounts, giving sale discounts, and collecting the payment from the customer like cash, card. This all falls under different kind of transactions. Then we have financial transactions like any expenses happens for that store or any income which happens for that store in that store. Hmm. Then we have control transactions like that cashier, how many times he will open the till, when he will log in, when he will go for a break. This all, whatsoever happens in a store, each and everything POS system will capture. These all are useful in many ways. If you check, okay, using these control transactions, one can identify how many hours that in the till machine, in the POS system, how many hours that employee, that cashier has worked, how many times he has taken change, or how many times he has deposited the money. If it is misused anywhere, these fraudulent activities can also be monitored and tracked in car system. There are many other applications for it. Using this data, this is the source. This is the source data which we'll receive from POS system. Then we will store it in POS DTA in car system. Then we can do many analysis on top of it. Likewise, goods movement. Let's say in store they have sent goods, goods issue happened, goods receipt happened, or internal transfer has happened, one store to another store has happened. Any kind of goods movement or any physical inventory which they did. So any kind of this goods movement, we can also will be also receiving it as a transaction that we are receiving it from POS system to car, then we are sending it to S4. So how it posts, whether it has to create what kind of document, material document or accounting document, how it has to maintain this all will be seen here. Then total transactions are like day totals or weekly totals or monthly totals. Let's say how much sales has happened, how much tax we have received from the customers, how much discounts we have given to the customers. These all totals which we receive from POS, and we will send it to other systems that we will see here. Apart from this, there are some one or two POS transaction types that also we'll see here. These are our standards, which I am showing here. These are our standards. Then this is directly jumping into the topic. I like to skip this here in our first session. Again, I will take the same PPTs in our first session. I'll be telling you this in detail. So if you check, this is the actual car system. This you have to remember for when you tell like you have worked or you want to work, you have to remember this page, this picture. You can see in middle what car, what all applications it has. These are our core applications in SAP car, starting from POS DTA, which I told some 6 steps which I maintained that one. This is given by SAP its own. You can see from there that data, whatsoever we receive, as I told, sales, movement types, controls, this all data will be useful for many ways. So that data, what SAP does, it will down you can see you have omni-channel uh, article availability, OAA we call it as. That is completely POS DTA is completely brick and mortar store, means physical store transactions. Majorly, we are uh, bringing into car system. OAA is online sales. If that retailer is having online sales, if they have a website, direct website, or they have a third party website like Amazon, Flipkart, they are selling the product, or any other way they are selling in online. In such case, this OAA is helpful. So as a source data, POS DTA data is also helpful to take. So this all car system is also called as real-time inventory visibility system. Okay, so real-time inventory, that retailer is having many kind of sales, like They have a physical store, they have an website, their own direct website, or they have an third-party website, or they have a mobile app, or they have some other source of sales. All these different omni-channel. So how car system will handle this if they have many different channels of sales? How it will give accurate current real-time inventory numbers? Okay, because if this major concept of car system is to give real-time inventory visibility. Okay, means if that retailer is selling in different channels, how much quantity of reservations, how much quantity of the actual articles they have to maintain for different channels. If they maintain also, as of now, how much quantity is available for the customers to show. So that will help in different ways. It depends on the retail business. Here we'll be collectively we will be seeing the available inventory visibility, how it happens, what system, standard system, what it does, that we will see here. But in real time, depends on the retail business. Fashion retailers use in a different way. CPG retailers use this in a different way. That we will see one by one. So for first thing, POS data will come into car. Then that is one major source of data because that is the sales information. That sales data is used in many places. In UDF it is used. Means UDF, Unified Demand Forecast. So there it is used to forecast the future demand. Earlier we had F&R, even forecasting and replenishment system. That is also one system. It is a part of SCM system. Even now today, the same F&R system is used for forecasting. But here, unified forecasting, wherein SAP has come up with UDF, wherein we can see what is the KPIs. There are many apps here. There are many Fury apps which helps to show the future demand. That is just a suggested future demand that we will see how SAP system works here, having this POS DTA and DDF data. Then this POS DTA data is also used in OA. It's also used in OPP. Then top you can see promotion management, merchandise planning, assortment planning. These are our application bundles. Means any of these that retailer can use any of it. It's not like all they have to use or few are mandatory. They can use any. I have seen a retailer is using only UDF and DDF. They don't have POS DTA. But 90% of retailers, 95% of retailers are using CAR only to uh, maintain their POS DTA, that I could say. So then after you can see left hand side still there are retail, S4, CRM. All these are giving an input. They're giving the master data, I can tell, and only POS is giving the transactions data to car system. Even S4 also giving transaction data. There is an SLT where it will replicate the transactions information. Right hand side you can see this data is sent to Fury, then F&R, which I told, then any Hybrish. SAP marketing means Hybrish, commerce also Hybrish nowadays. Then other components like BW. So we will see in detail what data, why it is sent, which is mostly used, which is mostly expected in interviews. That we will discuss in detail. So then this is also same, but I have made it as different. This is from one project, so I'm bringing the same in different because of you can remember in detail. It is same what you have seen there. Here also it is same. So this is one of the application bundle PMR, promotion management for retail. So here you will be learning. You may have seen in retail SAP S4 or ECC, we are creating promotions. Normally, what we'll do, we'll maintain few configurations, promotion types, and that relevant configurations will maintain, and we'll create a promotion table, we'll activate prices, and we'll maintain the conditions, and we'll do the subsequent processing. That is simple. There we cannot decide, we are not doing any promotion management, we are just creating a promotion, or we means that retailer is creating a promotion, we are providing the required relevant configs and setup for it. If any enhancement, that will do. But here when it comes nowadays, they are using, they want to decide the price, what has to be the promotion. Let's say one article they are introducing now, they are launching it, while launch period how much they can give discount, they want to decide, or they don't want to give any discount. Like this kind of things we can achieve using this PMR. Okay, for the different kind of apps are there. So if the complete master data and transactions, because card system is having all sort of online sales, all different channel transactions and historical data, historical prices. So it can give information. So how much quantity, how much we can sell, when, what price is proposed for this new launch article. That is possible here. Or if we want to, we have, let's say, some 1 million quantity of this vendor is offering. So let's say I'm just giving scenario, uh, but we as an SAP consultant, we will just learn the standards. I'm giving a scenario, okay, a use case, how it comes. So let's say retailer is having 1 million quantity of articles. They want to sell it within 1 month. So then how much they can give percentage, how much they can push to which stores, how they can sell this. This all kind of uh, tactics, gimmicks we can do here, where it is sold. Like this, we have many options here. Then we can forecast, like kind of. We can also predict how quickly they can sell. Even instead of going to SAP system, from Fiori itself, a promotion can be created immediately, and it will be also automatically created in S4 system. Then it can be monitored, how, what is the performance of the promotion here. This is all we have in PMR. Then same PMR which I told, how the data flows. Here it is little different. Campaign, event, offer, how we have promotion type, promotion teams in SAP retail system. Same, similar. I can call it as similar. So we can do a regular promotion planning and maintain a calendar. Automatically promotions are created, and that notifications will be sent to the stores, to the other systems and the customers also. So we can run a campaign, or in any kind of, as I told, 1 million articles are given by vendor for a specific price, and we have to sell it within 1 month. It can be any reason, it's expiring soon, or a new replacement article will come soon. It can be any reason. So this is, here we will discuss some use case and what configurations are required. Most of these application bundles, we have to use Fiori apps for it, for input output. mm. Then we have very little configurations in CAR and S4 system. I may not able to show end to end, but I can explain you end to end. Means in system we may not able to see complete end to end. At least we can see few scenarios from it, that we will discuss in detail. Then why I'm bringing this? Yes, of course, the topics are more. Nowadays they're asking all of it, so I am bringing it, because if you go for one interview, they might not ask about PMR, AMR, they just need POS DTA. If you go for another interview, they need only UDF. So we are learning most of it. So how, as I told, let's say 50% is POS DTA, the rest 50% is other topics which we'll be concentrating. So one day we will see POS DTA, the other day we will see other topic. That is how I am planning. It's not like first I'll complete POS DTA, then we will go for the other topics. I don't think so that happens, because end of the day, either you will be losing interest only with POS DTA, or something might happen and you will be ending up only learning POS DTA. So one day POS DTA, the other day the other topic. Then we can cover all the topics. Then you will be also having it will be also interested. Hmm. So AMR, this is also one important topic nowadays. From this year, I could see many retailers are implementing this. I also worked recently on this. It is very interesting. Same how we have push pull in our retail. It is same, but here it is little different. Hmm. We'll discuss this in detail. Here, same how we are creating allocation tables in our uh, S4 system, collective purchase order, allocation, push pull. When we create automatic STOs, purchase orders and sales orders are created. But here we'll use apps. We have the UDF data as a demand for future. Then we can do manually or automatically. We can create this allocation table, and here we have four business scenarios majorly. Push allocate initial allocation, seasonal fill-in means after that initial means one article, first time introduction is initial allocation. Then after we have seasons that fall, winter, spring, summer, we have different seasons. So that automatically it takes, or manually we are going to allocate. Then promotional push, promotional buy. We'll discuss this in detail. Again, this is the same, little technical. What kind of IDOCs will flow from uh, what kind of IDOCs will get created when we send the data from CAR to S4, how it will be outbound, inbound. So these are all the major. Left hand side green you can see PUBON, PUMS, tab. These are all which I told. PUMS and PUBON is sales transactions. PU tab is uh, means of payment. WBW, WPU, WBW is goods movement. Then we have WPU, FIB is for financial transactions. All this. We have many more. KSR, many IDOC types we have. Majorly it is used IDOCs. RFC also we can post. Using RFC also we can post the data into S4. That also we'll see. I have a separate list of topics for POS, DT and others. One by one we'll discuss. That is it from my end. First I will just go through, as I mentioned earlier, this POS DTA was also called as POS DM. Initially, it was POS DM, POS data management. Now, that setup was there in BIBW system. So all the transactions, whatsoever are created in store, which is in POS system, are sent to BIBW system. So in BIBW, separately we had POS DW, POS DM application. Their separate exclusive tables are available in BIBW system. There it is stored. We were using the same transaction codes. Most of it are same, but few whatever is available in CAR POS DTA, it is very limited. Okay, limited, like there will be a delay in data replication. You can see master data replication to the system will get delayed, and there are few we cannot see the real-time inventory. Okay, real-time inventory visibility is not possible in the POS DM era. In the previous, we can call it as previous version of POS DTA. So then we cannot see more fields or tables how we have now. It is common. The version is upgraded means we have more features, tables, transaction codes, which we can use. And there is no Fury which we can use in POS DM. It is very limited. It will just check the transactions and it will just send it to S4. That is what it will send it to SAP ECC. It's not even S4. So then SAP come up with a separate system. Here we have, this is an integrated system already with S4, BW, F&R and all. And it has, SAP CAR is having HANA database. Then there are many new tables which are available. So this differences you can just remind if in interviews or somewhere if they ask, you can just highlight this. This is one thing which is useful for you. So this is the one you just can remind. I will also share this PPT, then you can follow the same. There are many other differences, but I have just noted down the major differences between POS DM and POS DTA. Then what we have. So this is how this I was explaining you yesterday, like from S4 using Vesout. Vesout is one option. Vesout is one transaction code in S4. So using this, we'll be sending the data. What data will be sending to POS system? Majorly like article master, customer, assortment, pricing, promotions. So this data majorly will be sending. There are many other data which will be also sending, that we'll see. If it is Vesout, there are many other ways to send the data. It depends on the POS system will be sending. So this is one complete topic I'll be taking you when we have S4. As of now, I have only CAR system. I have to take access for the S4 system also. I will take. Then the first step which I mentioned here, we will discuss this at the end. So we'll jump into from the second one, inbound to CAR, okay, which is pipe. This is directly into CAR system. This we have to do in S4 system. There is no any first step. There is nothing to do with CAR system because this is an interface between S4 and I mean retail system and POS systems. So this we can see at the end. You can directly go to step 2, which is inbound to CAR, which is called pipe, POS inbound processing engine. So here we are receiving the data from POS system to CAR. Okay, we are keep receiving. So that setup which we do is called pipe inbound processing engine, POS inbound processing engine. So here there are many ways where we will get the data into CAR system. It can be standard 2 ways which SAP has given. Even in some retail business, they use some other ways also. First, we will try to understand the standards. So here, most of the case, and middleware is used. It can be SAP middleware. It can be non-SAP middleware. Yeah. If it is SAP middleware, it is XIPI system which is used. In some projects, we'll be also having access to check, to monitor the data, the transactions, that data which we are getting into CAR through this middleware. We can also monitor it. We can also re-trigger it. We can also check the errors. That is also possible with some projects. In some projects, there will be a separate team who will be doing all the developments and maintenance of it. So we may not, that team, whenever we don't receive the data and it has said that POS has sent it to CAR, but we have not received it. In such case, we have to reach the middleware team to check the status of it in their system. So this we can see. So what happens here? There will be a difference between POS fields and CAR fields data. For that, we will be building the interface mapping sheet. Then that conversions, if any. I will show you some mapping sheets, then from that you can get more information of it. So for all the transactions, whatsoever we have to receive from POS, for that we'll prepare different mapping sheets and we'll align with the teams, then it will be amended. So once we receive it in our CAR system, I'll go to the system, then so this is the CAR system which we have. So this is the CAR system. Do you have in your project already access? Do you know about the CAR system, or you want me to explain brief, or how it is, Lalit?
No, I'll be getting access shortly, sir. You can explain me regarding some transactions. Okay? Very
Yes,
quickly.
yes. I will start. I will start from the beginning. So this is exclusive car system. It same how we see ECC or S4 or retail, same. There is no any change. Little changes are there. I will highlight when it comes. Now it is here. I have added the frequently used transaction codes. Okay, this I added for your reference. Just I added few. There are many other. When I'm working on POS DTA in any support or implementation, so whatsoever the T codes I use frequently, I add here so that it would be helpful. So same I am giving it to you so that you can also add, maintain this. You can take a screenshot or a photo of this. It will come the full page. I'll be keep adding it one by one. I'll be also giving a list of other transaction codes and tables. So we'll see one by one. Then it is same how we have SPRO. Okay, if you go to SPRO, here you can see all the configs. It is same here also. Here you can see under SAP CAR, all our configs are available. Here you can see general settings, multi-channel foundation, and enablement, multi-channel enablement, then POS data management, DDF, demand data foundation, OSA, on-shelf availability, OAA, and OPP. So all our POS DTA setup we will be doing in POS data management, POS inbound processing engine. Here we are doing all the settings related to POS DTA. Hmm? So here we have general settings, store settings, tasks, all this one by one we'll see. As of you are more, as of you mentioned yesterday, we'll be seeing first POS DTA on priority. So this is all we have. Then if you check, again, it is the same. We don't have much here of front-end transactions, means because this card system don't have any creation of master data, or we cannot create any transactions here. It is same the master data which we are getting from the S4 system into CAR using SLT. Then we are receiving the sales transactions from POS DTA that we are storing and we are processing it. We'll see one by one how what it will happen. So first thing here which I was showing you, like we will receive the transaction into CAR system. So once we receive it, where we can see, I will show you one by one. So what happens here? Once how it has been done, I will bring some more PPTs in next session. I will explain you in detail of inbound into car system. So now where I can go is this go to meeting is mm, okay. So here we have all the POS DTA transactions start with /POS DW. You can see /POS DW. The rest, it can be like this. Most of it will give the meaning of the T code /TSCH means task status change. Then you have ODIS, outbound processing, ODIS, QDIS, queue processing, queue dispatcher. Actually, it is outbound dispatcher, queue dispatcher, pipe dispatcher, PDIS. Then ODQmon is queue monitor. Then again QMon. This is also queue monitor. Then monitor 2, monitor 1, mon 0. You have monitor O. Like this, you have T code. The major T code is this one, mon 0. Is it not responding? I don't know. Is it audible? Hello?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. The screen for SAP is frozen. I don't know why I'm not able to.
I think if you can type, it will work probably.
No, it's
Yeah, I
loading.
think it's not responding.
Was I don't know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is not moving. So I'll minimize this. Again, I'll open this. Now it have still the same. Minimize this.
Otherwise, you can relog in otherwise into SAP.
That also it's not accepting.
Achha.
I am closing it. And what I'll do, I will stop sharing my screen, don't mind. Okay, then I will relog in because I have to go to desktop for this. So before we go to meantime, what is your expectation from this training? I got to know it is POS DTA, but still more
Yeah,
what you are
ins and outs.
expecting.
No, ins and outs on POS DTA with more emphasis on that one, and other topics little bit that will be sufficient because every topic going into depth is a different thing. But POS
Yes,
DTA,
true.
so you can concentrate more on that one in the first 15 days. That will be sufficient. And for the other days, you can just the other topics what you feel is right. You can just explain to me.
Yeah,
Some announcements targets also. Yeah.
yeah, we can do.
You can try one more time. Otherwise, we can see tomorrow also. There's no problem.
Yeah, yeah. At least few T codes we'll see today.
Yes, sir.
Mm,
With the system response.
yes, it is responding now, but still the old one has not yet logged off. Yes. So I am sharing my screen again. Then I am going into SAP.
Yeah.
So here we can see this is the first T code. This is the major T code which you will be using. POS DW slash mon 0. Okay. So most of the case when you are trying with the T code, you have to use slash POS DW slash mon 0. Okay. So here this is called POS workbench. Hmm.
Yeah.
So here you can view the transactions which are arrived into POS DTA system and what is the status of it, whether it is having the proper structure or wait. So this is the initial screen. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking here. Here there is a filter with date. I'm just giving here as 5 means I'm taking filtering 1 month data. I'm just giving only from date, posting date as from date. Then I'm just executing it. Hmm. Here you can see in this system what data is available. You can see here. Okay, this is after inbound. This is after second step. The data will come to POS workbench. Okay, this is kind
Yeah.
of a repository. This is kind of the central monitoring which we can do of all the transactions in this POS DTA system. So here you can see there is dates, and if you drill into these folders, there is for each date there is folders, and here you can see there is one folder R104 is one store. Okay, so on 7th of 5th there is also R104. There can be other stores also, but this is a training system. We have only one store which we are using. So under that, again, if you open that folder, you can see the business transaction. Business transactions, POS transactions, both are same. Meaning is same. So
Yeah.
under this business transactions, you can see the sales movements, totals, separate folders again you have totals, reversals, financial transactions, goods movement, all you have. Assume I'm just either you can open again the sales movement, again it will show the date wise, sorry, time wise folders it will show if it is many transactions. So this is how we can view the transactions which has been arrived from POS from pipe, it came into POS workbench. Means in the background there are some tables. There is only one table majorly. That table is having all this data, but we are just viewing it in workbench. Here you can see the next row it is showing the next column it is showing the status. Hmm? Status, then short and over balancing status, then amount, then number of transactions, okay, revenue. Like this, there are many fields which shows that day in that store whether all the transactions we have received, whether it is processed. Means processed means it has validated, it has checked, and it has sent to other systems or not. It is showing here the status. If it is blue, then it is still there are transactions in that on that date which is not yet processed. If it is red, then there are error transactions. If it is green, then all are processed. Okay, this is training system. Here we have very few number of transactions which we have created, but in real time, there will be thousands of stores. There will be lakhs of data, millions of data will be there that you can see. So now I'm just clicking on this sales movement folder. Means sales movement is sales. You can call it as sales data. If you click on it, right hand side, it will show all the overview screen will open. Here you can see all the number of transactions which we have received from that system. Okay, from the POS system, it will show all the transactions. You can see transaction number here. It is transaction number. Hmm? Then from which POS number? What is the transaction type? There is something called transaction type. This 101 will denote, will give us information. It is a sales moment. Then you can see what is the value of it, transaction index. This all we have to remember. We have seen in SAP retail system different type of vocabulary or the jargons, you can call it as. The vocabulary there is different. Here SAP has maintained little different, that we have to understand. There we call it as article. Here they call it as it is article only, but they have added something to it as per the POS terminology. So that we have to remember. So then we can also drill more into this receipts. This is also called as receipts transactions, sales transactions. Here you can see each transaction status it is showing. If it is in green, then the transaction is good. There is no any errors or something. If it is in blue, then there are 8 to process. We can just click on this. Okay, if we click on this, you can see there are many tasks here. There are many tasks in the status. I just have double clicked, it is showing tasks. So what happens in POS DTA? We are receiving all the transactions whatsoever has performed, whatsoever has did in the store system, that we are receiving it into our workbench, POS workbench. Here we have set up, as per the business needs, we have set up these tasks. So just think, in any retail business, once the transactions are happening, they want to audit, they want to check whether the cashier has performed correct, whether he has collected the correct payment cash from the customer, when he is returning to the customer, whether he has returned correctly, whether the articles which he is supposed to scan is scanned properly or not, quantity is maintained properly or not, units of measure. This all checks we are doing. At the same time, this sales information we are also sending it to other systems. There are many tasks which has to be performed on top of each transaction, which does not only sales, which I explained yesterday, financial transactions or goods movements, any kind of activities, these transactions which happens in store, that has to be audited, that has to be checked, then only we can call it as complete sale. So that tasks, that activities we are maintaining here as tasks. Here you can see there are many task codes. First is PU bond, PU tab, WPU, UMS. You have check tasks. Here you have 1001 duplicate transaction. Means this is checking whether 2 times same transaction we have received or not. This task is checking whether we have received the same transaction twice. There is 1002 receipt number without gap. Whether we missed any transaction. So the transactions are happening in POS system. They are generating receipt numbers. So if one receipt is missing, we didn't receive it, or it is damaged, or it is something happened. So in such case, this task will perform and it will check whether the previous transaction is available. So this transaction is arrived or not. It will do its activity. Then there are tasks starting with 8005. This will check the cost amounts which we have received and we have paid to the customer. There are many tasks like this. For different transactions, we have to, means that retailer wants to check different tasks. Okay, they want to set up different tasks. This is our major core activity as an POS DTA consultant. So this is what we are going to design. This is what you are going to understand, the system logic, how it has built. So now you can see, the moment I come here, the moment I click here, automatically many tasks are proposed and it is showing in a sequence also, and this has performed. you can see here these tasks are processed, and now you can see the status also changed. For most of it, it is in completed status. Few are in rejected status. Okay, we have to know why it is rejected status. What kind of statuses are available in the system, whether it is changeable or it is fixed, how it is logically built, that we have to understand. This is the core POS DTA which will happen. So after performing this, then it will be, if it is not processed, you can see it is in blue. You can see most of the tasks are not performed. It is still in blue. So how to process this task? Of course, we will set up the automatic jobs. So, but there are many T codes which helps, many programs which helps to schedule these automatic jobs. So that and all we will understand in detail. So this is high level of the transaction. If you want to check in detail how many items are there, this is just like a sales order header. If you double click on the next column, then it will take you to the receipt level, complete receipt. You can see first, this is the POS transaction. This is header level. We will create our own. I'm just showing which has already created. We'll create our own, then it will be more useful for you. First, I'm trying to make you understand the POS workbench. So here you can see this is header, this is item, okay, sales item data. Then you have means of payment. Only this is available. In most of the case, there has to be discounts and there has to be taxes. That is the complete structure of a receipt, okay, of a sales transaction. First, here you can see at the header level, there is a store, posting date, transaction type, POS number, transaction number, all we have. When the sale has happened, start happening, and when it is closed, which department. So like this, we have more data. We'll see this again. Then at the item level, I'll explain you all the fields, important fields also. Here you can see qualifier for article identifier. This is a new for us. Article identifier is nothing but article number. Here they call it as article identifier. Qualifier for article identifier means you might have already experienced in some business, in some retailers, they use style code or an article number or an they call it as EAN, UPC, SKU, many they call it as. So what we are using here, either EAN or product number, what we are using, that is called article identifier. Okay, qualifier for article identifier. Like this, there are few fields which you have to know in terms of POS DTA. So here it is 2, which is article number. So then sales item type. This is kind of item categories which we have. Here they call it as item type. Item type is sale. We will see what kind of different sales items types and POS item types we have in next session. So here the values of it, and there are many other fields. Then there has to be tax also on top of this sales. For any sales without tax, it is not the complete structure. And the optional is discounts also has to be there, but if this receipt is not created, it is just for training they have created. Then means of payment, how it has been paid by the customer, Visa, cash card, what they have used, and the value of it. All this we have the information here. So this is how a receipt looks. We will create one by one. Then
Yes.
you can get profit. So do you have time? Can we continue? Or you want to continue tomorrow?
Time, no problem. But we can start the I mean to say on the system class from tomorrow if you want. Okay, posting the transactions and doing all the things.
Okay. So the actual sessions we can start tomorrow. Theory you can do
Yes,
today,
sir.
you mean to say, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Theory why actually, okay. Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll just show you some other T codes. Then doing it hands-on we can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what is here? The first we will receive these transactions. Here this is training system. I cannot show you the in detail of inbound. Okay, I can just show you the overview of inbound. So first, once once the transaction arrives into car system, there are some queues. We build some queues. So in that queues, this data is pulled. Then we can see that in first decode is inbound queue processing. Okay, QDAS. Before that there is monitor. Again, there it is. So like this it will be. So here we can see, but here there is no connectivity with POS. We cannot see, but I'm just showing you. Like this it will show. In the we can view any number of transactions. Before this there is one more queue. Initially first it will come here, queue monitor. That is queue dispatcher. This is queue monitor. Queue dispatcher is not mandatory. Okay, I will explain you what is queue dispatcher and what is that I have to show you, and I have to create and I have to show. So first here you can see there is store. Hope you know SXMB money, which we also monitor the queue. So initially it will come into that, and in SXMB money also we can view the transaction if it is any failed. From there it will arrive into this inbound queue. Here I cannot show, but in real time how it will be means there is something called TIB queue, transaction inbound queue. From SXMB money it will be passed to here. Okay, here you can view a list of transactions. For this we are setting up a job. Then from here it will be keep running, and it will be pulling into workbench, which we have seen now. Before workbench it will be in TIB queue, transaction inbound processing queue. So that you just remember now, then you will understand one by one. From here it will come to workbench. In interviews or when you are working, you will be seeing all of sudden transactions are in workbench, but sometimes XI has confirmed yes it is sent, but one transaction has not arrived into workbench. In such case what you have to do, you have to check here. Due to some exceptions, due to some filtering, it has been errored here, or it is lying here. We don't know, because it can be any reason. The job is not picking due to date or some other things, then it will lie here. Then we can choose this and we can execute. It will fall into our queue. There is no any config and all for this. This is a standard setup. This is standard monitoring, which we can do here. This is one. Then what we have next, the rest is we have to create, and I can explain one by one. Then in that case we can connect tomorrow. We can connect tomorrow and I can show you
Yes, sir.
the creation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions for now?
No, sir. No, it's very much clear.
Okay. Okay, we can connect tomorrow,
Yes,
same
sir.
time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will try to connect little early. We can see at least from tomorrow
Yes,
sales
sir.
transactions, how we can create
Yes.
and all.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
you. Have a
Thank you.
nice